folks, it's Pete from Rayon Manufacturing. I'm here at the HITS conference in Dallas 2016. I'm going to be talking with Bill Lewis, one of the instructors at the conference. Bill, do me a favor and just give me a little bit of background on you and your company.
I actually retired about 10 years ago, and I'm running a company called Training and Consulting Team after serving at the Oxnard Police Department in California for 28 years. And so providing training and consulting primarily in the canine field for law enforcement.
Now you have also not only a canine background, but you also have a tactical background, correct?
Yeah, I spent my canine background actually, if you're including retirement time, I've been working with dogs and handlers for over 27 years. But I also served on our SWAT team for over 25 years.
And I also know that you're one of the members of the California Tactical Officers Association, right?
California Association of Tactical Officers. I serve on the board of directors, and I am the annual training conference coordinator.
Okay. The class that you teach that I've been to, tell me about the Canine Liability 360. What does that encompass?
I teach a class called Canine Liability 360. I try to cover the 360 degrees of liability for canine handlers, supervisors, departments, address different topics that are out there that are getting people in trouble, and I'm trying to help them avoid it.
Now you said getting people in trouble, and I get emails from you all the time. I'm part of your emailing list about the reasons why we get in trouble. Tell me where that came from. What was the concept behind that?
Actually, about 3 or 4 years ago, we were getting our program ready for the California Narcotic Canine Association, of which I'm a board member, and we were talking about a different presentation for that class that dealt with patrol dogs, and dealing with issues that were getting people in trouble. And so they said, hey, do you want to take it? And I go, yeah, and I came up with reasons we get in trouble as the topic, and that has since incorporated itself into my 360 class, and I put out a periodical, like a newsletter, addressing specific reasons we get in trouble with a little blurb on how to stay out of trouble, and it's been good. One
of the things that I've noticed about that letter that I get is like it's nothing new. It seems to be that we just commit, we as handlers in general, will commit the same mistakes, just slightly different variables. But if we can avoid just the general topics or those general concepts, we seem to be okay. Is that true?
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, and I tell people this, we haven't found new ways to get in trouble. And I steal that from Gordon Graham, who says the same thing when he's dealing with risk management. But everything in there has happened to people. I don't make this stuff up to make myself look good, or this is an interesting aspect. All of these things have happened to people.
Now, one of the other things that you've just recently started doing was a thing called close calls. Explain that. What's the concept behind that?
Well, here again, I learned from others. There was a website one time, or it still is, firefighter close calls. And it was a website that was sharing close calls by firefighters where they were almost either dying or getting into some serious trouble, but not quite that realm. And so I thought, you know what, in canine, we have canine close calls. Like, whoa, that was pretty close, or we almost had a bite there that we shouldn't have had, and just some bad things. And so just recently, I think we've had 3 of them now. Handlers are sharing their close calls with me, and I'm sharing it with everybody on my mailing list. And it's just showing things where they didn't quite get in trouble. They had a very close call. Their dog did the right thing maybe, but it could have gone the other way. And so handlers are sharing those stories, and I'm sharing them.
And that's one of those ways that a handler is able to kind of learn from somebody else's mistakes, or maybe see that little precursor to, hey, that incident's coming up, and oh, wait a minute, hey, there was that email, that story that I got from close calls. Maybe I can avoid that. Now, your class that you teach, how does somebody get a hold of you to teach that liability class?
They can get a hold of me through my website, tactical, K9USA.com.
And are you also teaming up with the guys from HITS with the narcotics legal portion of it?
Yeah, actually the Canine Liability 360 class, when they're available and our schedules match, whenever I do that 2-day class, Andy Wyman and Ted Doss from HITS will do a narcotics detection class called Canines in the Courtroom. And so we make them back to back. If you attend all 3 days, they're in there, or you just my class, or if you're just a detection handler, their class.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Bill. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
Thanks, Pete.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah.